Hello YouTube, it's Jesus, and we are playing one of my all-time favorite decks. I absolutely love Kingsbane Rogue. We did not make it as far last season as I had hoped. We ended up at Diamond 4, but we are currently at Diamond 10, and I'm going to kind of go over some of the changes I've made to this deck as I continue to kind of improve on it. So we have Shadow of Demise. This allows us to copy any card, any spell that we've played. And so there's several excellent candidates to target using Shadow of Dismay. Or Shadow of Demise, I'm sorry. So we can target several different things. We can do Deadly Poison. We could do Leeching Poison. We can do Paralytic Poison. Probably the best targets, though, for it would be either Doomerang, Leeching Poison, because that gives us another turn of having life steal. Potentially Cloak of Shadows could be good, or even Tinker's Sharp Sword Oil. And then one of the changes I've added, so I was running just 30 cards, I'm running 40 now, which we really didn't have too much issues with the T because we use Academic Espionage and we would often be targeting our Silverleaf Poison. I still think that's the play. It's just this time I've added the Raiding Party in hopes to be able to draw into Buccaneers and draw my sword. So I think even though it's more cards, we can actually end up drawing our sword more consistently, getting Bane's Blade more consistently, and getting some more stuff on the board, having a few more tools at our disposal. We also have Dirty Tricks to kind of help with that draw power as well. Let's see what else to add. I think I'm actually going to go ahead and add in Sir Finley here still. Actually might do that in place of Dirty Tricks. Yep, I think I'm happy with that. So now we are going to try and see how we do. So let's see who we are matched with. Who are you two? Our first opponent is going to actually be a Paladin. I would assume he is probably an odd Paladin. The silver recruits have really made a comeback. There's some really good tech cards for them. I mean, there's always been quite a few cards, but I feel like the type is very strong. I actually have tried to make a deck, but I'm missing a few of the legendaries I would like to have to make the deck viable. So we are going to be able to draw into our sword right away, so that's nice. And we do have some AoE clear. We have some stall. We have lots of abilities to regain health. Well, I say a lot, Leeching Poison, but if you Leeching Poison with Doomerang, you're able to heal up. So I think we have the potential to be pretty tanky.
We have turned our curse into our
He's going to be even.
I see you brought guests.
I guess that means we should not have to worry about dealing with super annoying secrets, because the Paladin also has some annoying secrets. We'll make a secret Paladin later. Those are kind of fun. I don't think it would be worthy of getting a legendary. I've only made it to legend one time that I was using a control warrior and actually trying to make another control warrior, and it's definitely doable. I just feel like at this point there's just a lot of insane one-turn kill combos and things like that that the control warrior just can't do anything about. Like I would end up going up against like a quest mage or somebody could care less how long the game goes on. So really an aggressive deck, I think, is probably the best way to hit Legend, honestly, because then, I mean, in this particular meta, that way you can just kind of rush these combo decks, because almost everybody's running some sort of combo deck. Oh, we already had our sword. I was not paying attention. That was a terrible, terrible play. Usually have a body on the floor. Did he DC? That might be the only reason we win this one. Can't believe I did that. I was just talking away, not paying attention. Yeah, I think he's gone. Well, that's no fun. come back. If he's gone, then I'll probably go ahead and cut. Nope, he's back. Okay. So I could cut the video, that way you're not just watching me fight against a rope guy. Or maybe that's his thing, maybe he's roping right now, just to get games. We are about to do quite a bit of damage to face. I don't understand why people take so long on their turns. I mean, I guess they could be explaining their turns, but even then I'm just kind of like, oh, it just doesn't take that long to make a turn. Feeling pretty good about this one, though. I think we will be fine.
Reporting for duty.
Go ahead and the deeps. Potentially win next turn, depending on what he does. He would have to heal up quite a bit, and then he would still have to deal with the bodies on my side, which wouldn't be hard to deal with. They only have 1 health. Paladin has several options there. Used to, I thought, you know, the Paladin was always one of the better control decks, but I feel like at this point, it's probably going to be the triple blood Reno Renthal Death Knight. Seems to be very, very good at control. And it's over. Round 1 this one. All hell the king. That is 1 game. We should get some bonus stars. Let's see if we hit Diamond 5. Alright, we are going against a rogue here. This is actually a pretty terrible hand. I actually mulliganed. Still nothing that can draw into our cards that we want, but that's okay. That's kind of the risk we run with 40 cards. It's very possible I'll go back to 30. I kind of felt like it was more consistent. It'd be funny if we were going against somebody that's also running Kingsbane, but I would be willing to bet he is a pirate rogue. I am the only one that still believes in Kingsbane, but that is the whole point. I'm going to get YouTube to agree that Kingsbane is clearly the only card that matters in Hearthstone. Nothing else matters except for Kingsbane. It is clearly the most OP and powerful card, and we are going to learn that today. So we are going to hit Legend with our Kingsbane deck, and it is going to be amazing. Yep, I'm assuming pirate. Just can't beat this insane draw power. Just absolutely incredible. I'll just keep drawing like that. And I feel like the advantage of doing the 40 deck or 40 card version is, you know, we're going to get more stall through Cloak of Shadows because we have 2 of those. That's 2 extra turns potentially. We are going to have a little bit more damage using Buccaneer. And even our South Sea deckhand will come in handy. And, you know, we still have draw power, so we kind of make up for more cards by throwing in a raiding party, plus our pirate that's going to help us draw. So there's definitely some potential there. We're going to go ahead and pop this. It's potential to make up for the missing cards for sure. Do this. Deeps for days. I mean, I really don't think that we hurt for draw. Can't go wrong with a little life steal in your life, especially when you are going against a very aggressive deck. I will say that Academic Espionage, if you have not seen the video I made earlier, I mean, it's just an incredible card. This has saved my life more than once. I was actually going against a Blood Death Knight, and he had me completely against the wall. I was completely dead, and I ended up lucking into the exact cards I needed because of Academic Espionage, and I was drawing like 3 cards every swing of Kingsbane, which is just insane. And that was on the 30 deck variant. Probably are not going to have as much of a fatigue issue, so if I really wanted to, I could probably swap out one Academic Espionage for something else. The whole point of having it was when I was running 30, that was part of the issues I was fatiguing, so I started running 2 of those, and it was a lot of RNG, which led to the deck not being as consistent, but odds are, I mean, if you are pulling class cards that are only 1 mana, you are going to pull something that you will like or need. So I am actually going to go ahead and draw the sword. Go ahead and just attack here. There's not enough damage on the field to be too concerned. Do a little bit more draw. And a little bit more. Excellent. I think we are going to utilize our Cloak of Shadows to probably stall. I like for him to get more pirates on the board. I like for him to actually have a full board, which it looks like he's going to give us what he wants. He's going to empty his hand here, thinking he's going to go for the kill shot, have us against the corner. But little does he know, we are about to just absolutely ruin his day. Okay, so we are going to actually first do... First we are going to wipe, draw, and it's very important that we make Lifesteal our last card, because then this is also going to be Lifesteal if we decide to pop a Lifesteal next turn and get a little additional heal, which I think we probably should, because he only has 15. Pirate Rogue's not going to have a way to heal, so I feel like the best approach would be Lifesteal just to ensure we heal up. We will then pop our oil. He's going to just go face. He's not thinking that I have oil. I don't know why he doesn't assume that's a possibility. So it's very possible we could have lethal here. So I'm going to go ahead and pop Lifesteal. Pop this. And we barely have lethal. And we're going to go up to 20. I mean, say what you will. I will let the internet be the judge, but I really think that Kingsbane, I mean, obviously it's my favorite deck, so I'm going to be a little biased. But I would say that this is at least an A tier deck. I don't know if it's S tier. I think it would have a hard time, you know, competing against the consistency of like Even Shaman, which I really feel is dominating the current meta. I haven't looked it up. I try not to look at data too much, because I feel like that kind of stifles your creativity a little bit when it comes to Hearthstone, because then everybody's trying to net deck. I mean, we all kind of know what the big cards are. But I feel like Kingsbane is a fairly consistent deck. I mean, I can show you, which this is a new deck, but whenever I was running the 30, pretty much every variant, I stay around a 67% win rate, which is not great, but with a 67% win rate, you actually could hit Legend. It would just be the most painful grind. We are going to go ahead and draw into our sword. I'm assuming that the Pirate Rogue is really catching on, because I think this is the third one in a row that we have fought, and YouTube as my witness. Kingsbane is now 2 for 2 against the Meta Rogue. So I think that Kingsbane should be the new Meta Rogue deck. It's a very simple deck to use, it's very powerful. You can't go wrong. Look at that delicious draw. I think it is worth destroying that so going face, just because I mean that is still 3 damage. I don't think we should just ignore 3 damage in our face. Really not trying to give him more draw power. I'm not going to have enough to do what I really would want to be able to do. So I think for right now, I'm just going to draw. He's not going to be able to do 26 damage.
Lapdogs, all of you!
I think he's probably actually got us at this point. Unless I can draw into some damage, then maybe. It's really frustrating because I'm like 1 damage shy of being able to really do something. Speaking of, or see if we want to really wipe. It's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Should be able to use lifesteal next turn. It's going to help us a little bit. We are still kind of not out of the woods yet, and he still has us pretty good. We still have lots of good draw power, lots of good cards we can draw into. I could get lucky and get a Doomerang. Still have some more damage. We of course have another life still in there, so I think, you know, it's all doable here.
Never bring a sword to a fishfight.
We'll end up actually using our one body there to kill one of those 1/3s probably. So we wipe out both the 1/3s. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and do this. This, and then we'll go lifesteal. It's gonna let us wipe out that. Go ahead and heal up here. Still going to be a very close match.
But you do them stuff,
Our opponent has really drawn into what they need. We still have Sir Finley. Sir Finley could save. So a lot of our cards, I think, are just kind of buried. So we still have quite the chance. We still have a pretty good hand there. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. We're going to use Sir Finley here. So we drew in at least one cutting class. Two cutting classes. Excellent. We will dredge here. We just drew into a shadow. That's very fortunate.
Time is almost up.
Go ahead and hit. Shadow. That'll give us one more turn. I mean, we still have a little bit of life still. I mean, if we get life still with our Doomerang, I think we'd be back in business. We still have another Cloak of Shadows. I do feel like I'll probably swap an Academic Espionage out for something that's going to give us a little more draw, probably. Or maybe throw an Evasion just for just a little bit more damage reduction. Okay, we have 14 cards. Sure. Got 7 cards in hand. Go for face.
Who in their right mind hides loot?
Even if he attacks, that's going to do 1 damage. I don't think he's going to have anything that can hit me. We could just be stalling at this point, but it's going to be a very close match. I feel like we were able to turn this one around. This one was looking pretty one-sided there for a while, but you just have to believe in Kingsbane. Okay, so I'm going to do this. 6. Maybe 3. Wow. All blessed be Kingsbane. It was a close one, you two. I almost thought the king was going to be dethroned, but we made it, guys. We made it. We are on Diamond 9, and it continues. We are going against a surprise, another rogue. What is going on? This is the 4th rogue in a row. If this is a pirate rogue, I am just gonna, I don't know what I'm gonna do. We are 3 for 3 against pirate rogue, proving once and for all, even in the worst of circumstance, Kingsbane is superior to pirate rogue, even though that seems to be the meta deck.
All I want this winter
This
veil
one's
is
friendly.
restitution for the brotherhood.
Pirate. Always pirate. I mean, it's a very aggressive deck,
Winter veil
so I
is
will
restitution
give them that.
for the brotherhood. All of you.
We luckily have life still. I feel like we have a much better start this time than we had actually last game. And I just refilled up my drink, so we are good to go. I've got my Diet Coke mixed with purple Gatorade Zero. And if you have not tried it, do not knock it. Let me know in the comments if you gave it a try. It is truly the drink of champions. Okay, I absolutely despise this guy, so we are going to take that cannon out by going face with a pirate. I think it's a little ironic. And drawing our card. We are actually about to get some more deeps, if nothing else. First we need to play a card to activate that extra effect. So hopefully we draw into a card that I wouldn't mind just using, like Gone Fishing. Maybe another C, SLC deckhand. It'll work actually. Let's see what we get. Okay.
Lapdogs, all of you! Job done.
We're actually probably going to go ahead and Cloak of Shadows next. Well, depending on what he drops. If he drops a whole bunch of stuff, we'll Cloak and Shadows.
Never bring a sword
I think it'll be a good time to Cloak and Shadow. Yep, we'll go ahead and Cloak and well.
Who in their right mind hides loot?
Job done.
Put your dudes up, small fry.
Okay. It's not looking too good, YouTube. I don't know if we're going to be able to come back from this one. We like to really play it on the wire, don't we? We do have a Doomerang, and we do have Lifesteal. We just do not have anything that's going to give us a whole lot of damage. Go ahead and Stealth.
They're onto us!
Well, that's convenient.
Feed the
So
fish.
now we really just need some damage.
Lapdogs, all of you!
We will just keep on stalling. I want him to play a lot more pirates. I want him to burn his hand. I want him to just completely unload. I feel like they really overcommit
You shiny.
because they just think like, oh yeah, we're good. Yeah, it's kind of overkill. I would say that's probably a great tip. If you are playing an aggro deck, there's really no reason to overcommit the board like that. Unless you know your opponent has nothing. Okay. So I tell you what we are going to do. We are going to go ahead and use Lifesteal here. And then I'm going to go ahead and Doomerang. Go for face.
Lapdogs, all of you!
button. And then we actually have another board clear here if needed, and we can actually start getting more damage. We're drawing 2 cards per swing. Still have cutting class here. And we have 1 more life still, potentially 2, because we haven't used that. I'm not convinced we need to use it yet, but we might. For sure to keep that an option. And if you end up using Secret Passage while this is in your hand, it's like it's Blade Flurry right now, it will actually permanently make it Blade Flurry. So, just so you know. Kind of a pain.
Feed the fish, landlubber. Lapdogs, all of you. Time is almost up.
Actually very risky, because he's showing 6, we only have 9 health. He only needs to come up with 3 damage to get lethal. He could definitely win this. He only had 2 cards in his hand though, so I felt like it was probably safe risk. Okay. Oh. We are not out of the woods yet. Drawing the one he needed. Dang, he is really going for it. He's going in deep. You can only think of a couple cards he can get. That was one of them. Did he get another one? Did I live? Let's go at taunt. 3/3. Another 3/3. A very impressive board. Okay, we are about to ruin his life.
Feed the fish, landlubber. Lapdogs, all of you.
Do we still have a Blade Flurry in there? Odds are we are about to draw it. That's why Sir Finley is truly an MVP. And even better, we can actually heal up another 10. In fact, why not make that 12?
Time is almost up.
It's insane. We're back up to 23 health. We have 11 cards left, 12 there. That's going to be 5, 25, and then we have charge as well, so that's fatal. Fairly fatal. Cutting class just then. We are 4 for 4 now against Pirate Rogue. I really hope that I can try this deck out against someone that's not Pirate Rogue, because this is just getting ridiculous. But those are some very, very close and very good games.